Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Halter, founder of Joy in the Journey, and welcome to this free edition of Finding Your Joy in the Journey Roadmap. So this course is going to be all about figuring out your seasons of life, the problem that you want to focus on when it comes to health and happiness, and how to move forward, setting your goals and taking your next steps with purpose. So I hope that you have printed out your Joy in the Journey roadmap. There's two sides to it. We're going to walk through it together today. And know that as we move forward together, there will be some resources and things that I highly suggest that you take a look at. Some of those things I am affiliates for, and what I suggest is you just take what you like and leave what you don't. But I'm all about building community and sharing things that I feel you will love. And so I hope that through this journey together, you'll learn a lot about yourself and different ways that you can, different tools and resources that you can use to find joy on your health journey. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And all right, so here we go. Your Joy in the Journey roadmap. So a little bit about me and my story. That is a picture of my family. I have 4 kids, and that was on Family Picture Day. And I remember that I have at least 3 pairs of Spanx on in that picture. The photo had been rescheduled 2 different times. I was trying to get out of it, and my husband was very adamant that we needed this family picture taken. And it was fine, it was great, the photographer was wonderful. And I just remember thinking at that time, this was kind of as good as it gets. I was in a job that I didn't love, but it was okay, it paid the bills. My husband worked a lot, but we were able to really prioritize our family time. The kids were involved in a lot of things, but we were kind of figuring it out as we went. And I remember thinking, you know, this is just it. This is just where I am, and just to kind of be content with it. And a lot of how I gauged if I was healthy or if I was happy was on numbers. It was on a dress size or a number on the scale, or you know, was I happy based on the number that was in our checking account, or was I basing my happiness on, you know, how much were we really being together as a family, you know, kind of measuring those times in like days or minutes. And that was really depressing because I was figuring out that, you know, health isn't just a number. Happiness isn't just a number. And so the picture on the right was taken during a workshop that I was leading. And I had really been focusing on my gut health at the time and doing a lot of exercise, watching my nutrition. And I remember thinking, I love this. Like, I am not only living a life that I love, but I am so happy. And it took me a long time to figure out what that meant for me and what that looked like. And I'm hoping through our time together today, you're going to get a little bit more clear on what really makes you healthy and happy too. So, goals for our time together today. We want to find out where you are. We're going to talk about a wellness wheel and look at the season of life you're in and make some realistic goals. And then we're going to look at your Joy in the Journey roadmap. We're going to create it together, and we're going to take a really deep dive into your why, mindset, your effort, your goals, and your support systems. Then you're going to look at those next steps. How do you best succeed? Are you better working on your own, or do you need support? And we're going to talk about a weekly action plan. And then lastly, we're going to share your journey on the Joy Health and Wellness Facebook page, and how you are going to finish off the year strong and what your next steps are going to be. Okay, so on your printout, you should have a wheel that looks just like this one. And so this wheel, the inside layer, the one with all of the different colors on it, these are kind of the core elements of what we would consider your health. So when you're looking at your food, your sunshine, your body, air, rest, and water. These are the things that truly kind of make us healthy. We need all of those things to be working together to get a picture of our health. But when you look at that outside circle, and we have relationships, careers, finances, spirituality, mindset, and purpose. Those things really influence not only our happiness, but our health as well. Because when you are stressed in a relationship, that's definitely going to affect your physical body. And when you are kind of feeling lost with purpose, that's going to affect how much rest you're getting. These things are kind of all interconnected. And when you look at the words outside of the circle, those we're going to address from a body, mind, and soul perspective, because we can't separate ourselves. We can't separate our hands from our feet. They are connected. They are one thing. And so when you're talking about your whole health, your body, your soul, and your mind are all connected together. And when you can address those three different layers, that's when you're going to start seeing change and forward momentum in reaching your goals. And so I offer a couple different areas of support here. I have a full course that's going to talk about your food, your mindset, and your body in those three elements, using your body, mind, and soul, and really going deep there. And then I also offer an ultimate support group that goes through all of those elements. You're going to get a deep dive into food, sun, body, air, rest, and water. So just kind of keep those things in mind once we get to that extra support section. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. On your printout, we're going to do some drawing to figure out how you're feeling balanced in these different areas. So if you take that area of food and you would say balanced is kind of right in the middle, right where the words are, you would take your paper and you would draw a line kind of where you think you are as far as balancing food. If you're thinking maybe you're eating out too much, you're not getting enough fruits and vegetables, you would draw that line closer to the outside of that arrow or triangle. If you think that you maybe are using food as maybe a way to control your emotions or handle stress, you might want to put that towards the bottom part of that triangle. And so we're going to just kind of go through and see how you're feeling in these different areas. So once you do that, I'll do a food example. You're going to take your pencil or your pen or whatever you're using and kind of color it in. Can you see that? You're going to color that different area in. Do the same with sunshine. How much fresh air do you think you're getting? Are you inside? Are you going for walks? Where do you think that is? Draw your line and then color it in. Do the same thing for body. Are you exercising? Are you moving around? Do you feel like you're doing an okay job getting that in? Mark that line, color it in. Same with fresh air. Again, are you getting outside? Are you taking deep breaths? Are you able to relax? Is your breathing more shallow? Where do you feel you are in that area of air and breathing? How well are you sleeping at night? Are you waking up feeling energized and refreshed? How are you doing on your water? Do you feel like you're getting enough, not enough? And when you're done, you should be able to kind of see in your circle what areas are a little bit out of balance, okay? You can kind of take a look and see, okay, where do you think my focus should be? I didn't realize when I look at my rest, maybe, that I'm not sleeping through the night or I'm not feeling well rested. Maybe that's an area that you want to work on. Or maybe with your water intake. Maybe after looking through this, man, my water intake is way down. It's not at all where it should be. Maybe that's what I should work on first. So just taking some minutes and reflecting on those different areas are going to be really helpful. If you wanted, you could also do that with the outside circle, with the relationships and careers. How balanced are you feeling right now in your relationship? How satisfied are you in your career? Just draw that line and circle and see, is your circle more lopsided in one area or another? And then on the back page, if you flip it over, we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive into that wellness wheel. So in this season of your life, what wellness area do you want to focus on and why? So I always like to think that my life has a lot of different seasons in it. My fall, my September, looks a lot different than my July. I have 4 kids, and when they're all home in the summertime, our life looks differently. September, when everything is starting up again, that looks differently too. January, when it's winter and it's cold, that's a whole nother different season, right? And so our seasons of life changes throughout the year. You might be a stay-at-home mama or a working mama right now. You might be right in the middle of middle school hormone time. You might be getting ready to be an empty nester. Your season changes, and your health and your happiness goals are going to change too. So think about, in this season of your life right now, what area of wellness do you want to focus on and why? So take a few minutes to think about that. So if yours, for example, is food, why do I want to focus on food? What is my why? Take a minute to write that down. Okay, I'm doing this right along with you. Okay, so I said for me right now, my focus is going to be food because it's something that I need to do every day. You need to eat every day, right? And for me right now, I'm in a busy season after school. We're in dance and hockey and we're running all over the place. And I know that I'm the one that is feeding my kids. I'm in charge of that area. And so if I'm making those healthy choices for myself, not only will I benefit, but my kids will benefit too. And that's a pretty big why for me, because it's not only my health that I'm focusing on right now, but I also know that's going to influence my kids' health as well. The next one talks about mindset. What is your mindset around this health habit right now? And some things to think about are self-talk. So if you picked food as one of yours, some of that self-talk that might be going on in there could be around sugar. I could never give up sugar. I could never give up caffeine. I don't have the time to meal prep. Sometimes you can talk yourself out of reaching your goals, and you need to address it, because if you don't address it, you can't change it. So think about what mindset you have around the topic that you chose. Maybe you chose water, and one of the mindset things that you might need to address is, I can't drink water during the day, then I'll have to go to the bathroom all the time. Or, you know, whatever it is, think about your mindset and think about the self-talk you have around that mindset, okay? Once you've addressed that self-talk, you need to figure out what needs to change. So if we go back to the example of sugar, and you need to address that self-talk about quitting sugar, what needs to change around that? Well, you need to change the thinking of, yes, you can go without sugar. People do it all the time. And what's something that needs to change? Don't have it in the house. Don't buy it. You might have to plan ahead. You might need to increase your grocery budget a little bit. You might need to, you know, go through detox, and that cannot be pleasant. You might get some headaches, but you're going to need to address those things with a positive mindset in order to move forward. And then you need to really think about if the pain point has reached the point where you're ready to move forward. If you're not ready to give up sugar, you might need to go back to your why. If you're not ready to increase your water habit, your why isn't strong enough. You might need to pick a different habit, something that you know you're going to stick to. So don't rush through this process. Really think about it. Because if you're not going to take the time to address those negative thoughts and what needs to change, your why isn't strong enough. And you might have to think about changing it to something different. All right, the next one. The next one says, what effort am I willing to put into reaching my goal? Now, I define effort as time, money, and energy. So going to the food one, if I'm really going to work on thinking about and planning for the food that I eat and my family eats, I'm going to need to set aside time to meal plan. And that's just what it's going to take. It needs to take time. So am I willing to put the time in to reach your goal? If your habit is focused on body and exercise, are you willing to put in the time to do the workouts? Okay, think about money. Are you willing to invest more in your grocery bill right now? Are you willing to invest time in a gym or buying weights? Are you going to invest the money into buying maybe a bigger water bottle, whatever it is? Usually if you don't have some skin in the game when reaching your goal, it gets put on the back burner. So really think about the money that you're willing to invest into something. And energy. What are you going to do for energy? Are you going to put in the time and money for your groceries but kind of have a negative energy for it? Like, oh, I don't know why I'm going to buy all these vegetables. I'm never going to eat them, you know, something like that. Are you going to go into a workout and be complaining the whole time? Are you going to go into that with some positive energy, knowing that you are moving forward? So really think about what effort you're going to put into your goals at this season. All right, next one. What are your good, better, and best goals? So for this example, this was an eating goal. And a good goal for eating, it says, I will pack my lunch for work 2 days a week. Your better goal might be, I'll pack my lunch for work 3 days a week. Your best goal might be, I will pack my lunch for work 5 days a week. But sometimes as women, we get caught up in the perfection mode. And perfection can be a roadblock. It can stop us from moving forward. And so when you think about your goals in terms of good, better, best, you'll at least move forward. Even if you didn't, you know, pack your lunch for work 5 days that week, but you did it too, it's still progress. It's still moving forward. Think about your water intake. Maybe you didn't drink 64 ounces of water today. That was your best. Maybe you did, you know, 40. That's better. Maybe you did 30. That's still good. You're still helping your body. You're still moving forward. So think about those goals in terms of good, better, best. And this might change each week. My weeks look different week to week. We just got off a 3-day break, so I had my kids home with me more. My husband goes traveling a lot. That changes my week. So you might have to really reflect on your goals in the good, better, best mindset each week. Okay, next one, it talks about support systems. So here's some examples of some support systems. Maybe you're going to have an accountability partner with your spouse and be like, you know, I'm really going to work on meal planning. Could you help me come up with some ideas for meals? Could you help me go to the grocery store? Could we increase our food budget for a little bit? Find a friend. Friends are awesome to be support systems with because we're always better together, right? So find a friend that might want to do this free workshop with you, and together you can support each other on your goals. Maybe you have a meal plan or an exercise plan that you really, really like. One of the affiliates that I talked about earlier for meal planning, I love Eat at Home Meals. I'm an affiliate for them. They have an amazing system for me in this season of my life. And if you're a busy mom and your schedule is hectic, I really encourage you to look at the Eat at Home meal planning system. For exercise plan, I'm not an affiliate, but I love the Beachbody systems. I love that they can have yoga and weight and cardio and strength. And I can do it right from home during my schedule. So that works well for me at this season in my life. Use what you have. What apps do you already have? Do you have MyFitnessPal? Do you have a Fitbit? Use what you have. You don't always need to go investing in something new. Think about what can help keep you accountable. And ask for what you need. Maybe you do need a new water bottle. Maybe you do need a friend to watch your kids for you after school so you can get to the gym. Maybe you do need to talk to your spouse and be like, you know what, I'm really focusing on my health right now. This is what I need from you. They're not gonna know. People aren't gonna know unless you tell them. And it's okay to ask for support. It's okay to ask for help. We aren't meant to do things alone, okay? And then review your time, money, and energy commitment. So really make sure that you are all in, that you're thinking about, okay, this is how I'm going to use my time. This is how I'm going to, invest in my health and in my future. And this is where my energy is at right now. So if you're also looking for different support systems, we have a group that's called Joy in the Journey. It's a membership group. And I'm there to support you in it. There's other like-minded women in there that will support you. So if you're looking for more accountability and support, I highly recommend that you check that out. So your next steps, you could totally go do it on your own. If you want to just share your goals with somebody and then know that you're going to move forward, do it. Take those next steps with purpose. If you want a little help from your friends, check out that Facebook group. Check out Joy Health and Wellness on Facebook. Check out Joy in the Journey. Message me on Facebook. Email me. Let me know if you are just needing a little bit of help from your friends. I also have a Jumpstart series that I'm almost ready to launch. I'm hoping in the next week I'll be able to offer this to you. But it's just like this. It's a video where I'm talking and you go through some steps, you make an action plan, and you go through it. You have the choice to just go through it on your own. It's a course, so you can just do it on your own time, do your own action steps, and move forward using your own support systems. Or you can have some one-on-one calls with me afterwards, and we'll really hammer down on what you need to do to be accountable and move forward. I also have the Facebook group that you could plug into, that Joy in the Journey Facebook group. I have the Ultimate Support course, which is almost done, and that's what I talked about before when we talked about all those areas on the wellness wheel. That's the Ultimate Support one, where we go together and we do a deep dive into all those areas of wellness. And I'm with you every step of the way. So if you are interested in any of those things, just reach out and let me know. I would be happy to help you with that. So, looks like my E fell off there. So what do you do next? Share your next steps on the Joy in the Journey Facebook page or in the Joy Health and Wellness Facebook page, because that will help get you started. Pick out your goal and say, this is the area of health and wellness that I want to work on. I would love for somebody to join in with me. Put it out there in the universe, ask for accountability person, and move forward. And just know that if you need anything, ask. Again, we are better when we are working together. And if you are looking for a great community of women, just tell me and reach out on Facebook and I'll help get you connected to some great people. So thank you so much. Hope you found this to be of value and that you have a great rest of your day.